This is a short video to show the end-to-end encryption that has been implemented in Jitsi. I'm just starting a browser. It's the Chrome browser on Fedora 32. So I'm going to go to jitsi.com, Jitsi service at meet.jit.si, and now it asks me, or it suggests to me, a meeting room name. I'm just going to pick what has been suggested, click go, and I'll cancel out all these extension requests. And as you can see, I have been connected to it. Now let me set up a password. I'll just a password for the time being. I'm just going to type in something. Alright, and that's that. So the password has been set for my session. So my session itself is password protected. If somebody else wants to connect to me, they'll have to enter the password. Now, next thing I wanted to show is the end-to-end encryption, which is currently in beta. So let me click on this option here, end-to-end encryption, and you notice that it pops up suggesting that end-to-end encryption is currently experimental, which is perfectly fine. Let me just right-click on this and open up the tab to look at what this is all about. And it also says that keep in mind that turning on end-to-end encryption will effectively disable server-side provider services such as recording, live streaming, and phone participation. And also keep in mind that the meeting will only work for people joining from browsers that support something called insertable streams. Let me just look at this blog post of Jitsi, and it talks about how encryption, end-to-end encryption, is supposed to work. In this example here, this is a video recording on Jitsi itself that shows 4 potential speakers, and you notice that 3 of these windows are essentially looks kind of like garbage, right? And only one person's video is viewable. That's because these 3 are on an end-to-end encryption and this person is not. And this person has to receive the key in order to participate as a full participant in an end-to-end encrypted conference call or for video. You can watch this entire thing later, but for now I'm just going to leave it as it stands, and I'll go here and I'm going to type in the key. Now this is the key that I decide as someone who is initiating an end-to-end encryption of my video conference calls. I'm just going to put in a key. Now the challenge right now is how am I going to get this key to everybody else. There currently is work in progress. They are trying to look at some of the techniques that is being used by Signal to do end-to-end encryption and then getting the keys across and authenticating and all that. But there is still work in progress. But at least right now I have a means to do end-to-end encryption. I can then send this key to whoever I want to invite to come in later by a separate channel, which I could encrypt as well and assign it and so on and so forth. So it is workable. It may be a bit of a roundabout way, but definitely doable. So I click on that, and now essentially I have an end-to-end encrypted session if somebody else wants to connect to me. Now you notice here on the extreme right hand side there is a lock key with a green colored background. This suggests that this is now an encrypted session. Well, there you go. Here you have an open source tool that is doing end-to-end encryption of a video stream. There is no reason for anyone not to be able to do this. And it should be available to each and every one of us, whether you're using it as a free service or a paid for service. It should be the same for every one of us. And free and open source software is the way to do this. Thank you.